Hey, radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ Family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.
The modern day Mr. Rogers.
Please won't you be my neighbor?
This is Ace and Friends.
Got my sweater on, we're ready to go. Like Mr. Rogers. I don't really. If you're watching on YouTube, I don't have my sweater on. It's kind of a... Speaking in theoretical terms there.
You don't strike me as a cardigan guy.
I'm not a cardigan guy. There was a time in my life when I wasn't really sure how I was supposed to be dressing because I had kids that were in elementary school. And I remember taking a picture. I may have posted this picture one time. It was in the kitchen at my old house. And I was wearing, we'd been to a school event. And I was wearing khaki pants and some black shoes and a white T-shirt with a zip-up sweater kind of thing over it.
Okay.
And I looked like, I looked like dad guy.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it.
You aged yourself a little bit.
There's nothing wrong with it. It just doesn't if it doesn't work. It doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
I'm not that guy. I like a quarter zip, but usually I'm wearing shorts with it or something like that. I don't know. Maybe that's a dad thing. There are certain things that you take on as you grow older anyway, just, you're because it works for you. There are things you don't wear because they don't work for you, but I don't want to, I'm not khaki pant guy.
Yeah.
For the most part, it's just not really who I am. It really has never been who I was, but I did it because I thought that's just what you do.
You move to the suburbs, you start wearing khakis.
Well, I've always lived in the suburbs. So. I mean, I lived in the suburbs. I grew up in the suburbs. I've always been a suburb kind of guy. I'm a neighborhood kid. I love neighborhoods. I don't want to live way out in the country by myself.
No, you would not do well alone.
I do really well alone.
No,
You've always said that, Riggins. I do. I'm very,
when have you been alone? You've never been alone. What are you talking about? You can't say that. You've never been alone. You were alone for like 6 months.
Yeah. I'm good at it, though.
No, you're not. You were awful. You were renting furniture. You were eating peanut butter with a spoon out of the fridge. You were not good alone. And that's okay.
Well, I was renting furniture because I didn't have any furniture and I wasn't sure what was happening next, so I didn't want to go out and buy a bunch of furniture.
Right. You knew what was coming next. You're like, I got to stop living alone. I can't do this.
That's not true. That is
Of course it is.
That is 100% not true. That frustrates me so much. You always say that. You're terrible at living alone. I was very good at living alone. I enjoy being alone. I like being alone.
I don't believe you.
Okay, that's fine. Don't believe me. Don't believe me. We got a lot to get to today on Ace and Friends. I'm really excited about something coming up in a few minutes. Like, think about this. What if we took the Olympics coming in July and made rock music a category? I have a great question to go with that. But first, if you think thrifting is cool, or someone in your family or a friend thinks thrifting is cool, a piece of advice you're going to want to share. Next.
This is Ace and Friends.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Hello. Ace and Friends.
Thrifting is a thing. Has been for years. My daughter, before she died 3.5 years ago, she was 21 when she passed away. So throughout high school and even her college age years, she was way into going, more specifically, like looking for T-shirts, like band T-shirts or older T-shirts at thrift stores. She loved it. But here's a TikTok that's going viral that has got a little bit of advice, a little bit of a warning for anybody doing any thrifting.
Here's a thrifting tip to find the best stuff. When you find a really cute item like this vintage top, make sure there's not poop on it. Make sure nobody pooped on the item. That's it. Just make sure there's no poop.
Yeah. She's holding up a white shirt with red, yellow, and blue stripes on it. And at the bottom of the white shirt, there is poop.
There's definitely poop on
the
there.
inside and the outside of the back of the shirt, there is poop.
That's a bad time. You
So-
got poop on your shirt.
How does that happen?
How does that happen?
Because typically that would be in a bag of some sort or a box. But how do you get poop on your shirt in that fashion?
That's a bad day. I mean, you think you have a bad day every once in a while? Pooping on your shirt, that's the worst day. Whatever you're going through, and it's not as bad as pooping on your shirt.
And it's just on the back of the shirt. But again, it's inside and a little on the outside of the back of the shirt.
I guess if you sit down on the toilet too quickly and it gets like caught behind you or something, I don't know. It's kind of a longer, it's more like a tunic.
But that shirt doesn't appear to be that long.
It doesn't, no. I don't even know how that happens.
Are we sure though that it's human poop?
Yeah, maybe not.
Could it have been used to pick up some animal poop and that's how it got on there? And then they just didn't think, like, I'm gonna get rid of that shirt anyway. And they threw it back in the bag to go to Goodwill.
I don't know. That's so gross.
If it's a shirt you think, man, I really like this shirt. Do you think, I can take it home and wash it, it'll be okay?
No, that I found thrifting? No, absolutely not.
That's good.
Absolutely
Good. That's
not.
the right answer in that
Ugh.
case. Yeah.
Coming up on Ace and Friends.
We're going to take rock music. We're going to take the little rock and roll to the Olympics for a very important question that perhaps you can share with friends and family later today. Coming up.
This is Ace and Friends.
Hey, it's Ace, and for a long time, we've told you about Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic, and how phenomenal a job they did helping me with my left wrist. Well, this is Neil. Neil Simler's a member of the Ace and TJ Radio family. Neil, you took the free consultation to have them check out your elbow and talk about what happened just when you went for the free consultation.
They were very straightforward and let me know that they weren't going to treat any of my ailments if they weren't 100% sure that they were going to be able to effectively help my issue. And never once were they pushy with trying to get me to spend more money and do, the higher end shots.
Now, 3 months later, how do you feel?
I'm 95% better, if not 100%. It's just been one of the best decisions I've made. Do yourself a favor, get out there as soon as possible.
Set up your free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics. It's Neogenix. Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic.
Ace and Friends.
I am an unabashed fan of the Olympics. I am excited about the fact that in July, the Olympics return. The Olympics this year taking place in Paris. I don't care really what the sport is. I will watch the Olympics and keep up with the Olympics the entire 2 weeks. Every day, checking in, finding out, watching the scores, checking the stories, checking the medal count. How are we doing? What's our gold? What's our silver? What's our total? That whole thing. I love it. However, there's always room for improvement. Here's a question I saw that gave me pause, and I thought, you know what? You might not be the best people to have a conversation with, but then again, because you're not huge fans of rock, perhaps you would be. If rock and roll was an Olympic sport, what band, just one, what band should represent the USA?
Bon Jovi.
Really? Surprised that would be your choice.
Yeah.
Riggins?
Yeah.
Now, I think you've got to go, just to make it easy, current day. You can't say like from the past and all that kind of stuff, because a lot of people would have gone, the classic Van Halen, maybe, or you get Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, but Tom Petty's dead, Eddie Van Halen's dead. That's not fair. So from today, your choice would be Bon Jovi, because most of the great rock bands are aging or fairly old.
Or English.
Yeah, today. But you got a band like, say, Pearl Jam, considered to be a great rock band, but not. They wouldn't be the band that I would say. But even they're in their late 50s.
Yeah, and they don't represent America. I just think
Yeah,
Jersey,
American rock and roll.
Bon
You're going
Jovi.
Bon Jovi.
I think so.
Would not be my choice, because I don't know that I consider them as much of a rock band anymore, despite the fact that I do love them.
Who did you say?
I haven't said yet. I think Aerosmith was the first one that popped in my mind.
Maybe Aerosmith.
I thought I immediately went Aerosmith, but I mean, again, a lot of physical problems there. They're doing a farewell tour. You could go with, I was trying to think of other bands that you could go with. Green Day is a phenomenal band live. They're a great rock and roll band.
No, I don't.
It's an option. Rob, what would you think?
I can't think of a single thing that I would put as representing America.
I mean,
None of them are very American to me.
There's
Maybe like some Leonard Skinner.
Well, okay, Skinner's a good one.
Skinner.
I tell you what, there's always Kid Rock.
No, I'm not putting him.
Kid Rock is phenomenal
He's
as
not
a live
band.
act.
It's not a band.
Okay, I mean, he has a band.
Well,
Kid Rock and the Twisted
Brown Trucker Band. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
Hang on. There are more of these that we can debate in a second. Hang on.
Hold up. Are you ready? You ready? Ace and Friends.
The Johnson Group has been cleaning some of Charlotte's most prestigious businesses since 1985. Family owned and operated. Learn more at acetj.com/clean. It's first class cleaning with the Johnson Group.
This is Ace and Friends.
So the debate continues. If rock and roll was an Olympic event, what band should represent the USA? Now, I would include, like I said, Kid Rock and the Twisted Brown Trucker Band is a possibility. I just want to take any rock artist. Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band.
I was about to say the E Street Band.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen them. I didn't get the best Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band performance that night, but I have seen them, videos that they can be phenomenal.
What about daggum Metallica?
Okay, there you go. Mm-hmm. Great one. Just a effing powerhouse live.
Foo Fighters.
Yes, Foo Fighters.
The Foo Fighters.
That might be good.
Yeah.
They're really American.
Always great. So you key a lot on being really American, right, Reagan?
Yeah, sure. If they're going to represent America, you want somebody that's like kind of appeals to all segments of America, and they're super popular.
See, that's why I wouldn't say Green Day, because they've had their political stances.
That's fair. You got to get. I think you would count that. See, I just looked at it as like, who's the best? We're sending them there to perform. Who's the best live American rock and roll band right now?
I'm telling you, who'd go for Canada's daggum Nickelback.
Well, that's about all they got.
Well, but it would kill. They'd go very far.
They would be great. They're phenomenal live.
Yeah, maybe still Aerosmith. That might be the right.
I think that's a good idea, at least.
Yeah, I mean, they're on their farewell tour. They've lost a step, obviously.
Yeah,
but I think I'm leaning toward Foo Fighters now.
Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters. Yeah, everybody loves Dave Grohl.
Yeah,
they're liked. Every class of Americans seems to enjoy Foo Fighters.
It's a great performance.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great show.
He still put on a great performance with a broken leg.
Foo Fighters, Metallica's
good too. Yeah.
would be my top three. I wouldn't go Guns N' Roses.
No, his voice is not there anymore.
Yeah. It's my top three would be Foo Fighters, Metallica, Aerosmith.
Daggum CCR.
And I lean toward Foo Fighters, Metallica over Aerosmith just because of age.
Yeah,
I think they've when Aerosmith is on, they're on. But can you be on every night for 2 weeks? That's
yeah.
Yeah.
But do they stand a chance against England, who's going to put up the Rolling Stones or somebody?
Oh yeah, the Foo Fighters can take the Rolling Stones. Stones are great. I've seen them recently, but still, that's.
I don't know about that.
Oh yeah, Jagger's phenomenal though. It's amazing. Dude's 80 years old. Anyway, okay, so Foo Fighters would be our group.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be a good group.
It's not a bad. I mean, Foo Fighters and Metallica. I think you're good either way.
Yeah.
All right. It's just completely hypothetical, but a fun conversation to have.
This is Ace and Friends.
Currents is Lake Norman's #1 lifestyle magazine. Every month, Currents brings you the latest news on what's happening in the Lake Norman area. They've been serving the Lake Norman community for over 13 years. See the latest issue of Currents now at lncurrents.com.
Ace and Friends presents
I'm about to have a good day.
The Good News.
The good news today is really fun. There's a family in upstate New York that tracked down a long-lost family heirloom they've been searching for over a decade. A woman's great uncle did a wood carving of a leopard that was accidentally sold after her grandmother passed away, so it was never meant to leave the family, but it did. She posted a photo on Facebook. Hundreds of people shared it, and somebody 150 miles away saw it and looked around in their house and went, huh, That's that carving of that leopard that lady's looking for. Turns out that the person who owned it had purchased it at a yard sale a few years ago. So it had clearly been through several different homes and hands before it got to this lady, who then just gave it back to the family. Like,
That's cool.
I got it at a yard sale. Here,
Yeah.
come get it. You can have it back. That's great. Firefighters in California recently rescued a puppy that got stuck inside a wall. It got in through a plumbing panel, couldn't get turned around and get out. They had to use a sledgehammer to smash a hole in the wall. They posted the footage online.
Oh my gosh.
It's kind of suck if you're the
Puppy?
well, if you're the puppy, but also if you're the homeowner.
Oh, yeah.
Now you got a big hole in your wall.
Yeah.
And to be fair, you could have saved the puppy by knocking a hole in the wall with a sledgehammer.
You could.
Well, anybody could.
I'm not taking that swing because I might hit something important.
Yeah, well, I agree. I'm just saying, you look back on that and go, damn, I just could have saved the hassle. But
If I ever need to knock a hole in a wall, I'm calling you, Ace.
I'm your guy. I'm the guy.
I don't need a daggum hammer. I'm coming with my fists.
I got
He doesn't even bring a hammer.
I got
He just shows up.
I got my fist, my feet, and a stud finder. I'm the guy. Because trust me, that's a mistake you don't want to make. Punching a wall right on a stud, that'll break a wrist.
That sounds real bad.
Ace, where are your tools? Right here,
Right
buddy.
here. All I need is a
I don't
stud
need
finder,
some-
and I got 2 pieces of a biscuit for it
I don't
right
need your
here.
damn tools. What you talking about?
All I need is a bottle of water, and I'm ready to go.
So just say something to piss me off. I'm like, hold it on.
Let's go.
That's all I need.
Call me ugly real quick.
Coming up on Ace and Friends.
There's something you need to be aware of that is happening to your phone, and it's scary. Only iPhone so far. So we'll give you the details. It's coming up next.
Hold up, are you ready?
You ready? Ace and Friends.
It's been a debate here for years.
Does great furniture look good?
Or does it feel good?
Does it fit the style of the room good?
Or does it sit good?
Well, after years of debate,
And years of research.
we've decided great furniture
Is good fitting?
and good sitting.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and get an Adirondack chair for just $279. In stock and ready to rock only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Ace and Friends.
I saw this story this morning, and just think about this. What have you deleted off your phone that you never, ever, ever want to come back? Well, now apparently it could. Some are saying this is the worst possible glitch you can imagine a phone having. A few people online are claiming that Apple's new iPhone, the iPhone update, has resurrected their old deleted photos, meaning your old deleted nudes. People say photos they deleted years ago are suddenly back, and some are appearing at the top of their galleries.
I wonder how that happens. Is it in the iCloud?
I don't know.
They're coming back because they're still stored in your iCloud.
But they're not supposed to be. Once you delete them, they're supposed to be
They go
deleted
to
out of
the
the
trash
iCloud,
can,
right?
but you still got to empty the trash can.
Yeah, and
right?
if you have your photos synced up to the cloud, then they could potentially have already uploaded to the cloud, but not deleted from there when you delete them from your phone.
Well, that is not acceptable. Because when I delete, I need them things to be gone.
Well, you don't use the cloud then.
Yeah.
Well, but I also need the backup because sometimes my phone breaks.
Well, you got to go on. You got to delete them from both then.
I got a question about that, Rob. I'll come back to that when we're not on the air. Apple hasn't commented. And to add to the confusion, some people are saying it's not photos for them. It's old text messages that have popped up or old voicemails that they've deleted that are suddenly popping back up.
Oh, that's weird.
If it is a legit problem, it's not clear how widespread it is, but enough people are joining in the forums and talking about it that some tech blogs have picked it up and started to talk about it. So it is gaining some traction as if everybody's starting to go, hey, is anybody else having this problem? And people are starting to figure out what this is.
Yeah, I do think that it's because the other things, the voicemail and the texts are also backed up on the cloud. So I think it's cloud related.
It's got to be something to glitch within the cloud itself.
That's what it sounds like.
Would it mean that other photos, maybe that you didn't take that were sent to you, would they be deleted?
If it's in a text, yeah.
If it was in a text that they were sent to you, then they would not be deleted. from the cloud.
I mean, would they
problem.
pop back up if that's the problem?
I think so.
I think so, because you can back up the text messages, voicemails, and photos to the cloud. I don't think most people do the voicemails and text.
Say what my point is. Say you were single for hypothetically, you were single for a while, then you met somebody and settled down and eventually got married. But when you were single, there were some other people that sent you pictures. You deleted all those because you were like, that. I don't need these anymore. Would those just randomly pop up where you'd have to go in and delete them again?
I think if that's the problem is the cloud, then yeah.
Oh, I hope that doesn't happen.
You're going to be in trouble, Rob.
Yeah. Hypothetically, I would be in trouble. You're right.
Think it out loud.
Coming up on Ace and Friends.
Oh, I know there's a war on tipping culture. We hear about it all the time. You're sick of hearing about it. But let me share this tipping story with you and see what you think, because this is a classic example of how out of hand this thing has gotten. Next.
This is Ace and Friends.
Create an unforgettable experience with the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com. Weddings, banquets, shows, expos, they do it all at the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com.
Ace and Friends.
There's a war on tipping culture. We hear about it all the time. You're probably sick of hearing about it. But I saw something from a radio friend of ours, and he shared it online, and I wanted to share it with you because it's crazy. The Saturday before Mother's Day, he was at his girlfriend's house. Her mom was there. Some of the family was there. They were kind of doing their Mother's Day celebration the day before. They ordered food. I think he said, I don't know, it's 10 people were there. They ordered food. He posted a picture of the receipt. They went and picked the meal up, and that's key. They picked the meal up. The food cost $245. When they got there to pick up the food, a gratuity of 49% had been added to the bill.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So they charged them 20% gratuity on an order they picked up and took home. So they called in the order or used the app for the order, he didn't say. Drove up there. It was just put into, to-go boxes and everything. They pick up the bags and leave, and they still automatically charge them 20% gratuity.
I've heard of that on like parties of 8 or more or whatever, but never a pickup order or something like that.
Yeah,
and I totally understand on a party of 6, 8, 10, 8 or more, whatever the case might be. You should do that to ensure that this person gets taken care of if they're taking care of that many people. But it's a to-go order.
Yeah, no, thank you. It's not happening.
$5?
I'm gonna tell them to shove that food, somewhere. I'm not even buying anything from them ever again.
Yeah, that's crazy. I wonder if that was a chain or like an independently owned restaurant.
He didn't say that it was a chain. Oh, no, I take it back. It was a local restaurant because he talked about the fact that he's a radio friend of ours, and that's how I follow him. And he posted this picture talking about it. And he said he didn't want to show the restaurant because he didn't want to hurt their business because he knows, it's a local place and he knows people that work there, that kind of thing.
I can tell you how I knew it wasn't. It's because the receipt didn't look familiar to me.
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
This isn't Taco Bell, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. Oh my God,
the
what could it be?
receipts are formatted. Good Lord.
Wow. That is not the font that McDonald's uses.
Man. Yeah, and it's almost impossible to place a $250 order at any of the restaurants you go to. You're right. You're not raking up $250 of dollar menu stuff.
Yeah, you have to. If you're in Rob's case, you have to go in and go, look, here's $250. Just fill the bag up until we stop there.
You just keep going.
I'm gonna need 72 soft tacos. Yeah. So that's $72.
Tacos is expensive.
This is Ace and Friends.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're again going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
This is Ace and Friends.
All right, Riggins, Rob, I say to you, we're going to be in London What are you thinking about originally? What's the first thought?
The Queen.
The Queen.
I thought of Big Ben.
Okay, Big Ben's a good one. Buckingham Palace.
Sure.
Those are the types of things that you normally think of. You don't think of the Tube.
What is the Tube?
It's their subway system.
Oh, no.
They call it the Tube.
I've never even heard of that. So.
Yeah, it might not be the first thing you think of. It might be how you get around. I like to use the subway in cities just to see what it's like. Every time you go to a different city, just to ride their little subway for a minute, whatever. Except for Atlanta. I don't want to be on the MARTA anytime soon. Oof. But here is a guy on the Tube just, hey, riding the Tube to Buckingham Palace and getting a free concert.
So I go spend my life.
Go, baby.
I could spend all this moment forever.
The packed out subway.
Yeah, packed. Whatever he said, those aren't the words of that song. Yeah. Set a bit on, did it, booty. Yeah.
Well, that woman's baby with you is the woman I dream.
Bring it home, but here's the chorus.
Don't wanna close my eyes. Don't wanna fall asleep 'cause I miss you, baby. Don't wanna miss you there.
You got to picture it. Everybody else is seated. It's packed. They're all watching this guy laughing. He's wearing a long coat, black sunglasses. He's an older black man with a cool little hat on, and he's just standing by the window, where the window and the door, just looking out the window.
Daggone belting it.
And does not appear to have any type of earbud or headphones on at all.
Yeah. Oh, he don't need it. He's practiced that.
He's just it's in his heart. He's just wailing.
In a dream of you, the sweetest dream will never do. I still miss you, baby. Don't wanna miss you there.
It's so loud. People are just trying to get home, or
That's okay. I would love that. Good
I
for
would
that.
not.
Do it, man.
No.
Sing along.
No,
My
don't
favorite
encourage
part of the video was the favorite part of the TikTok was the caption that said, "I think this is what freedom sounds like." That is.
No, it's being a pest. You're being a pest.
That man is lost in the moment.
No. Sorry. You go to a karaoke bar. That is not appropriate on public transit.
It may not be appropriate,
No,
but
it's not.
every now and then you strike something like that and go, you know what? Good for that guy.
Was
man.
he
Go for
busking?
it.
Was he asking for?
No, not a bit. His back is to everybody. He's just looking out the window singing because he was moved to sing.
That's why you like riding the subway.
This is Ace and Friends.
Meal delivery services are a big thing right now, but Table and Twine is your local meal delivery service. The meals are fresh, not frozen like national chains. Plus, their meals start at just $7.99 a serving. Take back that time in your day, leave the shopping, preparation, and cooking to Table and Twine. Get details at tableandtwine.com. That's tableandtwine.com.
Ace and Friends.
One of the great things I think about social media is sometimes it gives you the opportunity to see someone doing and saying something that you would like to be doing or saying. Like, yeah, oh yes, that's a like-minded person. I think everyone can relate to this lady's TikTok here.
When I go to heaven, I will be in God's office every single day with questions. For example, was Tom's house broken into? What did Kathy Hilton say to Lisa Rinna?
These are both reality show references, by the way, just so you know.
What happened with John Benet Ramsey? What's at the bottom of the ocean? Can I take a PTO day and hang out with Casey Anthony and haunt her and Michael Vick, either or, whichever? I feel like I have a lot of questions, like what was up with that virus? A lot of questions about politicians. There's a lot of things that I really need to know. How does BC powder work? There's some things I want to know. Wi-Fi. Make it make sense to me. I will be in his office every day.
I get it. I totally get that. They never tell you what happens when you're in heaven.
And her questions are great.
Yeah.
I agree. Wi-Fi.
How does it work? Make it make sense.
How does it work, man?
What's that about?
I do not understand it. I mean, I know how it works, but I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things like that. I get it. I know how it works. But how does it work?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I know what it's intended to do, but really, how does it work?
How does it work?
Yeah. I got a lot of questions for God.
Such as?
Meaningless stuff like that.
Sure.
Nothing important.
I love it. Great one. How does BC powder work?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't either.
But I love it.
Yeah, I've seen people ask that before. How does the medicine know where to go? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what? Those are questions we could probably ask real people, like people on Earth. Not God.
Well, they are, but who's got time to track down all those people?
We don't have to wait until we go talk to God to figure it out. I really want it to.
Yes, but you got to talk to a lot of people to get the answers.
I guess that's fair.
It's a lot easier if you go, God, I need 10 minutes. And you can do it rapid fire.
Yeah.
And you get all the answers in one place and you're done.
He rolls his eyes at you.
Yeah.
Okay, all right,
See, I don't think God rolls his eyes at you.
I think he does because
He's like, no, fire away. I get it. I know you have questions. You don't understand it. You're not supposed to understand it.
he's busy.
Let's go.
He probably is busy. Would you want to haunt anybody?
No.
Like she says she wants to haunt Casey, Anthony, and Michael Vick.
No, I have no desire to haunt anybody. And Michael Vick, he paid his debt. He was sorry. He's a different person now. He's done a lot of good work since then. Give him a chance.
No.
I think he paid his debt to society. He's
Well, a
done
lot of people have murderers and predators pay their debt, but doesn't mean you want to have them over your house for dinner.
Well, murderers and predators should never get out of jail.
Well, they do.
Well, they shouldn't.
That's true.
I don't think they can ever pay their debt. So
Hold up. Are you ready? You ready? Ace and Friends.
Hey, it's Ace, and for a long time, we've told you about Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic, and how phenomenal a job they did helping me with my left wrist. Well, this is Neil. Neil Simler is a member of the Ace and TJ Radio family. Neil, you took the free consultation to have them check out your elbow and talk about what happened just when you went for the free consultation.
They were very straightforward and let me know that they weren't going to treat any of my ailments if they weren't 100% sure that they were going to be able to effectively help my issue. And never once were they pushy with trying to get me to spend more money and do, the higher end shots.
Now, 3 months later, how do you feel?
I'm 95% better, if not 100%. It's just been one of the best decisions I've made. Do yourself a favor, get out there as soon as possible.
Set up your free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics. It's Neogenix. Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic.
Ace and Friends.
When you pay attention to what happens on the internet and things that go viral, it doesn't always mean you like them. You just kind of know what's happening. For example, some people say this is pretty genius. It's from a website. Oh, God, I forgot the name of the website. But anyway, it's artists falling down stairs.
Artists?
Yeah, singers. Falling down stairs. Here we go.
It's funny.
You know who that was?
It's Michael.
Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson falling downstairs. All right, here is the next one.
Oh! Whoa!
Steven Tyler?
David Lee Roth of Van Halen.
Okay.
David Lee Roth of Van Halen. Okay. My point is, this doesn't make me laugh. I don't get it.
Yeah, that's all right.
But if you look at comments, people are like, oh, this is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Well,
this is genius.
Made me smile. I mean, it's fun.
I get a little smile, but I'm like, doesn't.
No.
I don't find it to be the. I'm dumbfounded reading the comments, and not that I'm some type of comedy snob. I like a lot of stupid things. I just didn't get I kind of get it, but I don't get it.
It's fun for a second.
Here we go. I'll see who this one is.
Christina Aguilera?
Whitney Houston.
Oh, Whitney.
Good guess, though, Rob. Good guess. Here we go. Another one.
That's Steven Tyler.
Steven Tyler. Okay.
Steven Tyler.
All right, hang on. One more. Artists falling downstairs. Here we go.
Oh, yeah, I'm falling.
I mean, gave it away with the falling.
Harry Styles?
Tom Petty.
Oh, Tom Petty.
Free falling.
Okay.
Free falling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right.
I'm glad you said that.
It's okay. This made me smile. I mean, that's sometimes that's enough. Just a little smile.
I love for lack of a better term, I love the stupidity behind it because, as I say all the time, that's why we have the internet.
Yeah.
It should be more stuff like that. Whether you laugh at it or not, that's fun.
You know what?
People are having a good time. They're not hurting anybody. They're having a laugh, just trying to have fun.
I like that meme where it was Mariah Carey sneezing, but it was just the first part of her "All I Want for Christmas" where she's like, and then it's just, Oh, that was kind of funny. That's good.
Yeah, that's better than that's. I think that's better than artists falling downstairs.
Yeah.
But, you know, good for them.
Yeah, sure.
Some people said it's the funniest thing they've ever heard.
Oh, awesome.
But look, they're not hurting anybody. They're not being mean. They're not being a keyboard warrior. They're just having a good time, and I'm all for that all the time.
This is Ace and Friends.
If you want all of the heating, air, and electrical work in your house done by the very best, then you need Bradham Brothers. They've been a family business thriving for over 50 years, and that means they're doing something right. Go to Bradham Brothers.
This is Ace and Friends.
My sister was on the show Wednesday. Paranormal Piper from Pineville, we called her. And I got 3 different messages from people yesterday that said, what's her TikTok?
Yeah.
Because I gotta follow this.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Do you follow her now on TikTok, Riggins? Have you taken over following her?
Yeah, I believe we do on the show.
Okay. I didn't look yesterday to see what she was doing on
what's she up to?
TikTok.
She doing readings and
yeah, I don't know, but people were like, "Oh, she seems so sweet." I told that lady the wrong number. All right, here we go. It's I did Gypsy Soul 779 is my sister's TikTok. If you want to follow her, her most recent TikTok. Oh, she hasn't put anything up lately. It's just a picture of my nephew dressed up as Elvis at the Elvis festivals. She's seeking sponsorships for my nephew Jeremiah. Is kind of an Elvis tribute performer sometimes.
Yeah.
And they're looking for sponsorships for that.
Runs in the family.
For that. And then there's some stuff about Rhea Ripley that she's posted, you know, and all that kind of stuff. She's never done a lot going when it comes to doing, paranormal stuff.
Yeah. It checks all the boxes, though. Wrestling, Elvis,
yeah,
paranormal activity.
I never thought of it that way. She just kind of got back into the wrestling. They took, not that she was ever really into it like I am, but I mean, we used to go with our dad. But they took my nephew. The WWE came to Alexandria, Louisiana, right there to the By God Rapides Parish Coliseum.
Sure.
And they took Jeremiah, and they got good seats. I think they had floor seats. And
really?
Oh, and they tore the house down.
I believe it.
Apparently, it was a good time.
Rhea Ripley can tear the house down anytime.
Yeah, and she bought some trinkets, some WWE trinkets that because she can't go anywhere and not buy something. Like I got to have something that says I was here.
My sister-in-law's like that,
and it's. And I looked at it and went, "Why are you buying a WWE necklace thing? It's like you'll.
What are you doing?
You're not even a fan.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you had a good time. That should be enough. What are you doing?
That's what you were mad about. You're not even a fan. You don't get memorabilia.
You're not a real fan. You're not a real fake fan. Not what I was mad about, Rob. I wasn't even mad. Just like
didn't nobody get me a WWE choker?
That's right.
No, didn't nobody get me nothing.
Yeah, that's funny.
And I went to By God WrestleMania.
Yeah. Did you get any souvenirs from the chairs?
I did not. No, I didn't get anything from WrestleMania.
Can you have taken chairs?
I got my son a couple of things.
Yeah, that's right.
No, the chair was, if you were set ringside, it was like $2,500 a ticket to sit ringside, and you got to keep the chair.
Wow.
Do you still have those?
What?
The chair?
No, I didn't get the chair. I didn't get ringside. No, we weren't even close to ringside.
He didn't want to give his son that priceless experience. He just wanted the regular one.
That's right. I was like, we're not doing that, buddy.
But Dad, I want the chair. Well, too bad. Too damn bad, son.
That's one of the beautiful things about having kids, though, is that when you have a son that likes sports and the same stuff that you do, you can give him great gifts that have to be shared.
Yeah.
Like his Christmas gift was a trip to WrestleMania in New Orleans. Mm-hmm. Bam. A couple of years ago, his Christmas gift was to the national semifinal in Atlanta to see LSU play Oklahoma. Bam.
Yeah.
He can't go by himself. He was only 15.
Well, twofer.
16, whatever he was. He couldn't go by. Well, I guess if he was. No, he couldn't go by himself. I'm not going to let that. He's not going to drive to Atlanta by himself at 16.
Buddy, Daddy loves you so much, he's going to let you go to WrestleMania. But Daddy's going with you.
And he still talks about it to this day. He had a phenomenal time.
Imagine if he had a chair from WrestleMania. How much more special.
Yeah, well, imagine he could have paid the extra. I mean, at some point he's got to step up. He's 21 now, almost 22. It's his turn to pay.
This is Ace and Friends.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Ace and Friends.
Strap in, we're moving fast through some things that you might find interesting. Some are celebrity stories, some are just kind of cool stories. We start with a celebrity story. Something you might find interesting. Sources say Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are headed for divorce. Quote, they both said they'd matured and learned from their mistakes, but some of the bigger issues that tore them apart the first time remain the same, end quote. One of the big issues is that apparently Ben tries to avoid the limelight as much as possible, and Jennifer Lopez loves the spotlight.
That'll tear you apart.
That's why it seems like every time they go out to eat or whatever, you see him and he does not look happy, and she does.
Yeah.
That's part of it. In Touch Weekly says he's already moved out of the house. Something you might find interesting. A couple of weeks ago, more than $25,000 was found in a public bathroom at a theater in a town called Marysville, Ohio. A week later, $12,000 was discovered in a bathroom at a KFC in the same town. Both stashes of money were found by employees of these businesses, and police say the money was hidden in both cases, so it was not accidental that the money was left there. In the theater, the bills were in multiple individual stall trash cans. At the KFC, the money was banded up inside the tanks of several toilets.
Ooh.
They have no idea who's leaving this money around or why. Is the money being left to be found as some type of goodwill gesture? Or is the money being hidden there and people just happen to keep stumbling upon it?
No, it's not a goodwill gesture when it's in the toilet tank. Come on.
Are they trying to leave it as a goodwill gesture for the employees?
No.
Nobody seems to know.
I know. It's not that.
It's an open investigation. You can't rule anything out just yet. Magician David Copperfield, you might find interesting. He's been accused of sexual misconduct by 16 women, and he's been accused of drugging them to have sexual relations, among other things. Some groping, and he's accused of forcing women to touch him inappropriately during live performances. Yeah. Half of the claims are from women who say they were under 18 at the time. The encounters ranged from the 80s to 2014. His lawyer has denied wrongdoing of any kind and says this is completely false and also entirely implausible. He has been accused of sexual misconduct in the past, which he is denied or has denied. And real quick, Angie Harmon, who lives here in the Mothership Market of Charlotte, this made big news recently. She is suing Instacart and the driver who shot and killed her dog over Easter weekend. The driver claimed it was self-defense. The police did not charge him. There is no footage of that. He said the dog charged him, so he shot him and killed him. Angie Harmon said the dog posed no threat whatsoever and that the guy's lying.
Yeah.
But there's apparently no footage from any type of outdoor camera to have that, so it's just his word, her word. And I get it. The police are like, well, I mean, what do you do in that case?
Right.
Those are just a few things that you might find interesting. If nothing else, little British accents, they are hilarious. You will love this audio. Next.
Coming up on Ace and Friends.
I just told you. Then I hit the wrong button. So now you know.
This is Ace and Friends.
When it comes to buying or selling a house, you know, there are all kinds of people that can help you do that, but not like the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. They are so much more than just real estate salespeople. Find out by going to acetj.com/Temple team.
This is Ace and Friends.
There's one experience that lasts through every generation, and that is there are things your parents did that you don't understand because technology evolves. You know, oh, you did what? But as you get older, it's more fun to talk about these things because it's fascinating to see how people react. This is a TikTok, and it says, when your kids find out you're older than Google and the internet, and you have to use you had to use an encyclopedia to look up stuff. They look to be 14, 15 years old, these two girls, trying to understand how encyclopedias worked.
Say it again. Did you have an encyclopedia for each letter? Or was it just like an all-in-one kind of thing? Yeah, that's like a dictionary. Yeah.
It was a whole set.
How much was that?
I don't remember.
So like you had to buy each individual.
So you had a set of
whole bookshelf.
The girl says, so you had a set of 26 books just saying what stuff was under that letter. And the mom says, an entire bookshelf. She's like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's hard to believe.
That's crazy.
But yeah. We got our encyclopedias. My mom had to spend dollars at the grocery store at like Winn-Dixie. And if you spent enough, you got one letter. And she did it for the entire set. We got ours from the grocery store.
Never had encyclopedias. I had a friend of mine, my friend Brett, they had an encyclopedia. And so we'd go down there all the time if we needed one. Our moms were really good friends, and so it was no big deal to go down there. But still, it was like, man, I always wanted to have my own set of encyclopedias. I hated, hey, man, calling down there. Hi, Miss Sandy, can I come down and borrow your W encyclopedia real quick for school? Sure.
We used them all the time for projects and stuff. But yeah, God, I mean, what an antiquated thing now.
The thought process now has got to be, because if you've ever seen encyclopedias, you can't put yourself in the mindset of never having seen them or experienced them.
Yeah.
But it's got to be mind-blowing to think, wait a minute.
Everything is everything. Like all the things are in these books.
Everything in the world that had to do with the letter, started with the letter W, was in this one book.
It's hard to wrap your head around.
Yeah, I hated those things because it never. I would always go look up stuff and it wasn't in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I never got the information I was looking for from these things.
What were you looking up?
Oh, you know what I was looking up.
Yeah.
But I can only imagine, you're 14, all you've ever known is Google, and everything's, you can get everything that fast.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. It's like the encyclopedia, looking up the times in the newspaper for the movie theater.
Yeah.
Oh, let me backtrack. Having a newspaper in the house.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
Or even when you had to call the number just to get the times. There was that one number that you would call that would give you all the times at the movie theater.
Mm-hmm. No Fandango, nothing. You can't reserve your movie theater seat, Rob. What would you do?
You just go at random and buy tickets?
No thanks.
Hold up. Are you ready?
You ready?
Ace and Friends.
They say there are only two things certain in life: sweet deals at Sweet Dreams and taxes.
And only one of those is certain this month.
Which one?
The sweet deals at Sweet Dreams.
What about the taxes?
No sales tax the entire month of April at Sweet Dreams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And don't call me Shirley.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and pay no sales tax during the month of April. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Ace and Friends.
Little kids can be really funny. Little British kids can be super funny. I guess this isn't a little girl. What do you think, Reagan's the girl in this TikTok is 10?
Yeah.
About
probably.
10 years old?
9 or 10.
See if you can follow. Heads up. They're trying to buy some ice cream, or they tried to buy some ice cream, and she's very upset about it. Here we go.
Girls, what's just happened?
So, there's an ice cream van there selling just 2 ice creams with 2 chewing gums in it.
Yeah.
For bloody £9 for 2 of them.
£9 for 2?
Yeah.
So she's like a 10-year-old girl. Age 2 selling 2 ice creams with 2 somethings in it. I don't know what that was.
2 gumdrops or something.
Yeah. For £2.
£2. 9 quid.
9 quid. Yeah.
£9. That is going to get nowhere. The one that comes on my street is either £1 a p or £2. That is going to get nowhere with that.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to get nowhere with that. £1. But she didn't say a piece. £1 a p.
Yeah.
Or 2. Or
£2.
Yeah.
No, he ain't.
That's well bad, isn't
You
it?
should know.
They should
And
know.
he only does bloody card. Stood there with my cash. Bloody hell.
That's well bad, isn't it?
Bloody well bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Betty can hear me.
Betty can hear me. It's a pretty aggressive little girl.
I know. I love that she's about 10. She's going, bloody hell.
Yeah, I thought that was like saying the F word.
I don't know. Yeah, apparently not. Or this is a very liberal mom. I think it's okay to say that. But I think this little girl is. I could listen to this all day long.
£1 a p or £2. That is going to get nowhere with that.
No, he ain't, is it?
No, he ain't.
That's
No,
well
he
bad,
ain't.
isn't
You
it?
should know. And he only does bloody card. Stood there with my cash.
don't know what that
Bloody
was.
hell.
That's well bad, isn't it?
Bloody well bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Betty can hear me.
Twisting. I bet it can hear me.
And she looks back toward like, Megan, hear me.
9 quid for 2 ice creams. Yeah, and then something about stuck in the couch. I couldn't even make that out.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know
it was
what that
so
was,
British. I couldn't even make it out.
I didn't know what that was either. Like, oh, okay. We'll just go with it.
Yeah, that is sad though. $10, $11 to go get 2 ice creams at the ice cream truck.
So that's what it would be. 2 pounds would be $10.
Cool. $9.
I don't know. Ice cream
11,
truck.
$12.
Bloody hell.
Bloody hell.
Bloody hell.
I bet he can hear me.
Coming up on Ace and Friends.
You look around the house and you just see it and you see it and you see it and you're sick of it and you can't take it and you want to tell somebody. Well, you already did tell somebody. You told us. Coming up next. Hang on.
This is Ace and Friends.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Ace and Friends.
There's a guy who caused quite a furor on social media a couple of days ago because he posted that he's sick of seeing his wife of just a couple of years every day at home, hair in a ponytail, leggings, baggy sweatshirt. And then he pointed out we didn't even have kids, as if maybe he could understand it more if they had kids, but they don't. So he wants to make a deal with her about her attire, saying that at least once a week she needs to agree that she will dress in something different and dress nicer, more appropriately, he feels. Well, you know, he was just roasted.
Yeah.
Roasted on social media. But it gave me a thought. What are you just sick of seeing around your house? Now, it doesn't have to be something that your significant other wears. Could be anything that you just find annoying. Could be a brother-in-law. Sick of seeing that brother-in-law around my house. Some of these answers are pretty wild. I'm sick of seeing model airplanes, and model tanks being built in the living room on the coffee table by my husband. It looks messy. I'd like to have a nice candle or a plant sitting there.
Not just glue and paints and...
Yeah. What are you sick of seeing around your house? My husband's laptop in his lap. So I guess every time he sits down, he's got his laptop in his lap. What are you sick of seeing around your house? My husband sleeping on the couch all the time, snoring. In his defense, he does work a lot at a physically exhausting job, but just go to bed. Go get in the bed, please. What are you sick of seeing around your house? Unfinished projects.
Yeah, that's bad.
I get that. What are you sick of seeing around the house? Stubble. He cannot grow a proper beard.
Oh.
So I guess he's not cleaning out the sink, trying to somehow groom a beard that's not there? Is that what he's trying to do?
Yeah. I bet Rob's girlfriend is sick of those socks that are always in the living room.
She has to be. She has to be. Has she ever said anything, Rob?
She doesn't like that they're there, for sure.
So she says to you, I do not like that these socks are here in the living room.
Yeah, but most of the time I take them off as I'm already on the couch, so it's not easy for me to take them then.
Yeah.
I just got to remember to grab them, and I don't usually do that.
Oh, so you've made no effort, like, to try to, she says, I really don't like the socks always being in the living room. You've made no real effort to try to change and ensure that you don't leave them in the living room.
I gotta try to remember to pick them up. That's all.
So the answer to the question is yes. You've made no real effort to remember them. That's the point that I'm trying to make here, Rob.
I'm not gonna say it like that, but
okay.
This is Ace and Friends.
Hey, radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.
This is Ace and Friends.
Well, we reached another end, or the end of another end. What have we done?
What?
Show's over.
Shit, there you go.
All right, Reagan's favorite thing from today's edition of Ace and Friends.
Oh, gosh. There's so many things. I loved all the audio today. Hearing those little British girls complain about the price of ice cream from the ice cream man is great.
British
I love
girls
a funny
and
accent.
Encyclopedia. I can't figure out which one I like best.
Yeah, I love a good funny accent. So
I like the guy on the tube who was singing.
That was really good.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
Rob, your favorite thing today?
Oh, definitely the little British girls for sure.
Yeah, I love those little British girls.
£9.
£9 for 2 ice creams. I hope he can hear me.
He not gonna get. He not gonna get.
Yeah. Stuck in the couch. I mean, it's just like so.
It's a great little accent. I love that. Coming up tomorrow on Ace and Friends, it's Friday.
Yay.
So,
what are we doing Fridays?
We'll have the Friday edition of Ace and Friends. I don't know. Anybody got any ideas? Like a new Friday standard thing that we could do?
Puppetry.
Like, hey, it's the Friday puppet show on Ace and Friends.
That's a great idea.
It's going to be a tough one to pull off from an audio standpoint, but we'll do the best we can.
Finish early Friday. That's what I think we should do.
Finish early Friday? I'm into
like
that.
It, Rob.
An abbreviated version?
Finish early Friday.
I like it.
I think we're on to something here.
Absolutely.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Coming up. This is Ace and Friends.